Dermatologists are furious that I'm making this video. Not because anything I'm saying is wrong, but because I'm exposing the truth about products their offices sell for hundreds of dollars. Products you can replace with $15 alternatives that work better. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which anti-aging creams are complete scams, which ones are actually dangerous for women over 60, and the 10 products that have 50 years of clinical proof behind them. 20. La Prairie White Caviar Illuminating Pearl Infusion. $780 for 1 ounce. That's La Prairie White Caviar Illuminating Pearl Infusion, and you're getting a beautifully packaged moisturizer with ingredients that sound exotic but deliver little. The caviar extract and pearl infusion are pure marketing theater. There are no published clinical studies proving these provide meaningful anti-aging benefits. What your skin truly needs: retinol to stimulate collagen production, peptides to support skin structure, high-concentration antioxidants. La Prairie's formula contains none of these at effective levels. Compare that to a prescription-strength retinoid, which costs less than $50 and has decades of evidence proving it reverses photoaging. 19. Rodan Plus Fields. Redefine regimen. Your friend swears by it. She's invited you to 3 skincare parties. The before and after photos look incredible. But behind this multi-level marketing empire is a regimen that dermatologists say does more harm than good. A significant portion of that $190 price tag goes toward commissions, not superior ingredients. The regimen includes aggressive exfoliants and products loaded with fragrance, a devastating combination for skin over 60. Daily use strips away protective layers, leading to increased sensitivity, broken capillaries, and visible redness that can take months to heal. You can find gentler, more effective products at your local pharmacy for a quarter of the cost. 18. Strivectin TL Advanced Tightening Neck Cream. The promise is right there in the name, advanced tightening. But when researchers tested it, the results were embarrassingly different. The company uses phrases like clinically tested and dermatologist approved. What they don't share: independent studies show minimal to no tightening effect. When neck skin loosens, it's because the underlying structure has weakened. No topical cream can truly tighten loose skin. That requires professional procedures. Strivectin contains film-forming agents that create a temporary sensation of tightness for a few hours. You're paying $95 for cosmetic illusion. If you want to hear the truth and stop wasting money, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It tells me you want more honest videos like this one. 17. Meaningful Beauty by Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford's face is iconic. Her infomercials promise her secret to ageless beauty. But dermatologists found a formulation that belongs in the bargain aisle. The starter kit costs upward of $120. Cindy Crawford has access to the best dermatologists, laser treatments, and cosmetic procedures. Her ageless appearance has far more to do with professional interventions and genetics. Strip away the celebrity endorsement, and what remains is a basic moisturizer. The star component is melon extract, yet there are no substantial clinical studies proving this delivers results. The formula lacks retinol, contains only trace peptides, and offers no vitamin C at effective concentrations. It contains heavy fragrance and an auto-ship subscription model customers often find difficult to cancel. 16. Jeunesse, Instantly Ageless. The videos are mesmerizing, women watching their under-eye bags vanish in seconds. But this isn't skincare. It's a temporary cosmetic trick that dermatologists warn can accelerate aging. Jeunesse. Instantly Ageless comes in tiny vials costing between $60 and $80. The transformation comes from argireline, a peptide that temporarily paralyzes micromuscles around your eyes for 4 to 6 hours. The effect fades by afternoon. This does nothing to address underlying causes. Collagen loss. Thinning. Volume depletion. Over time, your skin may look worse without the product, creating dependency. 15. Nerium age. Defying night cream. Nerium promised revolutionary results with its patented oleander extract. Instead, it delivered rashes, burns, and lawsuits. Yet it's still being sold by consultants who have no idea what they're putting on customers' faces. What they didn't advertise: thousands of reports about severe skin reactions, persistent redness, and burning sensations so intense some women needed medical treatment. Nerium oleander is a toxic plant. Dermatologists warn against using oleander extract because there are no studies proving it's safe for topical application. The temporary plumping effect is often just inflammation. Your skin swells from irritation while damage accumulates beneath. Multiple class action lawsuits have been filed. The Federal Trade Commission stepped in, settling charges related to misleading income claims. 14. Plexiderm Rapid Reduction Serum. The infomercial shows wrinkles disappearing in minutes. It looks like a miracle. But dermatologists call it a temporary adhesive that damages your skin and wallet. Plexiderm costs between $60 and $120. The formula contains silicate minerals that create a tightening film, essentially shrink-wrapping your face for a few hours. In person, it leaves a whitish cast, creates visible flaking, and looks artificial when you move your face. Plexiderm offers no collagen stimulation, no cell renewal, and no protection against future damage. It's expensive theatrical makeup masquerading as skincare. 13. Philosophy. Hope in a jar. The name is charming. The jar looks like something from a vintage apothecary. For 20 years, women have been buying this cult favorite, believing it fights aging. Philosophy. Hope in a jar costs between $39 and $42 for 2 ounces. Fragrance appears as the 4th ingredient. For mature skin, fragrance is one of the primary culprits behind irritation and compromised barriers. The formula contains some antioxidants, but at levels too low to provide meaningful benefits. What's absent? Retinol, peptides, clinical strength actives. When your goal is addressing visible signs of aging, nostalgia won't deliver transformation. 12. Perricone MD Cold Plasma. Plus, Face Doctor. Perricone built an empire on science-based skincare promises. His cold plasma line costs over $150 and claims to target 10 signs of aging. But dermatologists say you're paying for marketing genius, not anti-aging genius. Perricone MD Cold Plasma Plus Face costs $165 for a single ounce. Look past the impressive vocabulary, and what remains is conventional. Yes, it contains vitamin C ester and copper peptides, but concentrations are never disclosed. What's absent is retinol. You can find similar ingredients in products costing a quarter of this price from brands that publish their active percentages. 11. Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum. The words organic, stem cells, and plant-based make this serum sound like a gentle, natural path to younger skin. But dermatologists warn that natural doesn't mean effective. Juice Beauty. Stem Cellular costs $70 for 1 ounce. Plant stem cells in skincare are pure marketing theater. They don't function like human stem cells and cannot regenerate skin tissue. This serum is missing every ingredient with substantial clinical evidence. No retinol, minimal peptides, only weak antioxidants. When your goal is reducing wrinkles and rebuilding aging skin, ideology cannot replace efficacy. We're halfway through the scams, and I know what you're thinking. How is this legal? The beauty industry is barely regulated. The FDA doesn't require pre-market safety testing for cosmetics. That $70 jar was never tested on human skin before it started selling. Companies can make almost any claim as long as they don't explicitly say the product treats a disease. It's infuriating, isn't it? Let me know in the comments which of these scams you've been tempted to buy, or what the most expensive, useless product you've ever tried was. I read all the comments. 10. Crème de la Mer. At $350 for 2 ounces, La Mer is the ultimate luxury face cream. But dermatologists have been saying for years, this emperor has no clothes. The miracle broth is primarily fermented algae, and there are no clinical studies proving it delivers anti-aging results superior to creams costing a fraction of the price. The formula contains beneficial ingredients, vitamins, oils, emollients. But beneficial is not transformative. What you won't find is retinol. Independent laboratory analyses show La Mer's formulation is remarkably similar to drugstore moisturizers costing $50 or less. La Mer charges astronomical prices for what's essentially a luxurious moisturizer. When dermatologists consistently cite this as the #1 example of prestige divorced from performance, that tells you everything. 9. Olay Regenerist Retinol 24 Night Moisturizer. Finally, a drugstore cream with retinol that dermatologists might approve of, right? Not so fast. When independent laboratories tested Olay's Retinol 24, they revealed why it's so gentle. There's barely any retinol in there. Olay doesn't disclose the retinol concentration, and independent testing suggests it's far below the threshold proven effective. We're talking 0.01% or less, when studies show you need at least 0.3%. The formula contains niacinamide, which is beneficial, but niacinamide is the real star, not the retinol. Women believe they're incorporating retinol when they're receiving such minimal amounts, their skin experiences no transformation. 8. Sunday, Riley Good Genes. All-in-one lactic acid treatment, beauty editors worship it. Influencers swear by it. At $122 for 1 ounce, Good Genes has cult status. But when the brand was caught paying employees to write fake glowing reviews, dermatologists started looking closer. In 2018, internal emails revealed Sunday Riley executives instructed staff to create false 5-star reviews on Sephora's website. When a brand resorts to fabricated praise, what else have they exaggerated? The formula contains 5% lactic acid, respectable for gentle exfoliation. But you can find comparable products for $20. The glow devotees rave about is temporary, surface exfoliation rather than genuine cellular renewal. 7. IT Cosmetics. Confidence in a cream. IT Cosmetics sold women on the idea their products were developed by a plastic surgeon who understood real skin concerns. But after L'Oreal bought the brand for $1.2 billion, formulations changed. The current version costs between $48 and $58 for 2 ounces. But inside, you find a decent hydrator lacking meaningful anti-aging activities. No retinol, minimal peptides, no potent antioxidants. The collagen mentioned prominently is simply a moisturizing ingredient that sits on the skin's surface. That plastic surgeon who co-founded it. She sold the company and stepped away. 6. Drunk Elephant, A Passione Retinol Cream. Drunk Elephant revolutionized clean beauty with colorful packaging and a suspicious 6-free philosophy. Their retinol cream costs $74 and promises powerful results without irritation. But dermatologists warn the 1% retinol concentration is too strong for most women over 60, and the formula lacks buffering ingredients. By eliminating entire categories of ingredients, including beneficial silicones and peptides, the brand severely limited its ability to create a gentle formula. What you get? 1% retinol delivered directly with minimal buffering. A 1% concentration is exceptionally strong, and when not cushioned with calming agents, it can cause severe irritation, persistent redness, painful peeling, and barrier damage. When ideology trumps individual skin needs, everyone loses. 5. Lancôme Rénergie. Lift Multi-Action. Ultra Lancôme is a heritage French beauty brand with a century of credibility. Their Rénergie line promises lifting and firming for mature skin. At $135 for 2.6 ounces, women expect science-backed results. Instead, dermatologists see empty promises. The lifting effect is temporary and superficial, coming from hydration and film-forming ingredients, creating a tightening sensation for a few hours. Nothing addresses structural changes happening beneath skin's surface. What's missing is retinol. Lancôme has a century of French prestige doing the marketing, but texture is not a treatment. 4. Estée Lauder. Advanced Night Repair, Synchronized Recovery Complex. For over 40 years, women have trusted Estée Lauder's Advanced Night Repair. It's sold every 3.5 seconds worldwide. But when dermatologists analyze what's in that iconic brown bottle, they find a product resting on its reputation. The price ranges from $68 to $150. The Chronolux technology has no published peer-reviewed studies proving it repairs cellular damage beyond what any decent hydrating serum provides. The formula is heavy on antioxidants, which have value, but antioxidants alone cannot reverse visible aging. What's missing is retinol. What Advanced Night Repair does effectively is hydrate, but hydration and transformation are not the same thing. 3. Lancer. The method, Polish doctor. Harold Lancer is the dermatologist to the stars: Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez. His 3-step method costs over $300, and the Polish exfoliator is the centerpiece. But dermatologists outside Beverly Hills have a warning. For women over 60, this aggressive scrub can do more damage than decades of sun exposure. The Polish costs between $75 and $90. Dr. Lancer recommends daily use, and that's where the danger begins. Physical exfoliation with abrasive particles is fundamentally wrong for mature skin. Daily scrubbing creates microscopic tears. Over time, this leads to broken capillaries, appearing as persistent red threads, increased sensitivity, and a complexion looking older rather than refreshed. Your skin feels smooth immediately after polishing, so you believe it's working. But beneath that temporary smoothness, inflammation is building, and chronic inflammation accelerates visible aging. 2. Clarins Double Serum. Complete Age Control Concentrate. Clarins' Double Serum is a prestige icon and a staple on luxury beauty counters worldwide. The 2-chamber bottle looks like innovation personified. But when you examine what's in those chambers, dermatologists see hype and very little of what truly fights aging. The dual-chamber design costs between $89 and $132. That engineering marvel accomplishes essentially nothing that couldn't happen from a conventional bottle. This is packaging innovation masquerading as a skincare breakthrough. The formula contains 21 plant extracts, a number Clarins emphasizes because it sounds comprehensive. But quantity is not quality. What's absent? Retinol. Clarins' plant-based philosophy prevents them from including proven synthetic activities. 1. SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. If there's one product dermatologists love to debate, it's this one. SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic is considered the gold standard vitamin C serum, recommended by virtually every dermatologist, and priced at $182 for 1 ounce. But here's the controversy. Does the science justify the cost? The scam isn't that it doesn't work. The scam is that SkinCeuticals' original patents have expired, and identical formulations now exist from other brands for $20 to $40. You can purchase serums with the exact same percentages of the exact same ingredients for a fraction of the price. There's another consideration. Vitamin C serums oxidize relatively quickly, regardless of price. Once that clear liquid starts turning brown, it's no longer effective, meaning you're replacing it every few months, whether you spent $40 or nearly $200. But if you thought everything in anti-aging skincare was overpriced theater, I have wonderful news. There are products that actually deliver. Every product I'm about to recommend has published clinical studies, transparent ingredient concentrations, and costs a fraction of the scams we just covered. The beauty industry doesn't want you to know these exist because they prove you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars for results. 10. The Ordinary Buffet plus Copper Peptides. 1%. When a serum costs $29 and contains more proven anti-aging actives than products 10 times its price, you might assume it's too good to be true. But the Ordinary's Buffet plus Copper Peptides is exactly what dermatologists wish more brands would create: science without the luxury markup. For less than the cost of a nice dinner, you're getting a multi-peptide formula including Matrixyl 3000, Matrixyl Synth 6, Argirelox, and copper peptides, every single one backed by clinical research. What sets The Ordinary apart is transparency. While luxury brands hide behind proprietary blends, this brand publishes exactly what you're getting. No fragrance, no unnecessary fillers. Every dollar goes toward active ingredients. 29. Dollars shouldn't feel revolutionary, but in this industry, it is. 9. Paula's Choice. 1% retinol treatment. Paula Begone spent her career calling out the beauty industry's lies, and her brand reflects that mission. This retinol treatment costs $58, uses a proven 1% concentration, and includes skin-soothing ingredients ideal for women who need real results without irritation. The 1% retinol concentration is high enough to deliver genuine anti-aging benefits. But what makes this formula particularly intelligent is what surrounds that retinol. Peptides that support skin structure, licorice extract to calm inflammation, and oat to soothe the barrier. These supporting ingredients mean you can build tolerance gradually. Paula's Choice publishes ingredient concentrations, something luxury companies would never do. 8. La Roche-Posay Redermic R. Anti-aging concentrate French pharmacy brands have a reputation for effective, no-nonsense skincare. La Roche-Posay's Redermic R delivers pure retinol at a concentration that works, in a formula designed for sensitive skin. At $64, it's the retinol dermatologists recommend when patients say every other retinol burns. Redermic R contains 0.3% pure retinol, a concentration clinical studies have proven effective. What makes this particularly suitable is the inclusion of La Roche-Posay thermal spring water, which has soothing properties that calm inflammation and support the skin barrier. This is pharmaceutical-grade formulation. It can be used long-term without the chronic sensitivity that makes other retinols impossible to sustain. 7. CeraVe Skin Renewing Retinol Serum. When dermatologists developed CeraVe, their goal was simple: effective skincare at accessible prices. This retinol serum costs $17, contains encapsulated retinol, and includes ceramides to protect the skin barrier. The encapsulated retinol is time-release technology, meaning the active ingredient is delivered gradually throughout the night. This minimizes irritation. Surrounding that retinol are ceramides, the lipid molecules that form your skin's protective barrier, along with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. 6. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. Neutrogena isn't glamorous, but this simple retinol cream, at $28, has been quietly delivering results that rival luxury brands. The cream contains retinol SA, stabilized retinol combined with hyaluronic acid. This formula has been clinically proven to show visible improvement in fine lines within 1 week, though the most meaningful transformation happens over months. At $28 for 1.7 ounces, this becomes financially sustainable. Neutrogena was founded by a dermatologist, and that medical heritage shows. 5. Aven Retrinol 0.1 Intensive Cream. Retinaldehyde is retinol's more sophisticated cousin, gentler on skin, but clinically proven to be more effective. Avène's Retrinol cream harnesses this ingredient for mature, sensitive skin. At $64, it's a French pharmacy secret American dermatologists are catching on to. This compound sits one biochemical step closer to retinoic acid, which means it converts more efficiently and works more effectively while causing less irritation. Avène formulates this cream with 0.1% retinaldehyde alongside their signature thermal spring water, clinically shown to soothe inflammation and support compromised skin barriers. The cream softens wrinkles, improves firmness, evens outtone, and refines texture. The formula is suitable even for those with rosacea or extreme sensitivity. 4. Skin Medica. TNS Advanced Plus Serum Growth Factors sound like science fiction, but they're one of the most exciting frontiers in anti-aging skincare. Skin Medica's TNS Advanced Plus Serum costs $295, making it a splurge. But dermatologists say if you're going to spend on one luxury product, this is the one with science to back it up. The clinical studies are genuinely impressive, showing measurable improvements in fine lines, texture, and firmness. This isn't hydration creating temporary plumping. These are biological signals, encouraging your skin to produce more collagen and elastin. The controversy: growth factors are derived from human foreskin fibroblasts. But cultured fibroblasts are sterile, ethical, and the most biomimetic source available. Skin Medica was developed by dermatologists and is now backed by Allergan, the pharmaceutical company that created Botox. 3. Differin Gel Adapalene. 0.1%. For decades, this was prescription only. Now you can buy it at Target for $14. Differin Gel contains adapalene, a retinoid proven in clinical trials to reduce wrinkles, improve texture, and even outtone. Dermatologists call it the best anti-aging product you can get without a prescription. Adapalene is a third-generation retinoid, more stable and more targeted than conventional retinol. It binds more specifically to the receptors that control cell turnover and collagen production. Clinical studies have demonstrated its effectiveness not just for preventing new wrinkles, but for visibly reducing existing ones. At $14 to $16 for a tube that lasts several months, this represents extraordinary value. Here's the important caveat: adapalene is more potent than over-the-counter retinol, which means mature skin needs a thoughtful introduction. Start by using it every third night. Work up to nightly application only when your skin shows no signs of irritation. 2. Rosy Retinol Correction. Deep Wrinkle Night Cream. ROC has been studying retinol for over 25 years, longer than almost any brand. Their Deep Wrinkle Night Cream costs $24, contains pure retinol at an effective concentration, and has clinical studies proving it works. The cream contains pure retinol estimated between 0.3 and 0.5%, a concentration that delivers visible transformation. Alongside that retinol sits hyaluronic acid. Clinical trials have demonstrated that consistent use visibly reduces deep wrinkles within 12 weeks, and those aren't marketing claims, but peer-reviewed research. What ROSI has mastered is stabilization and delivery. Retinol is notoriously unstable, but ROSI's encapsulation technology keeps it potent from first use to last. 1. Tretinoin Retin A Prescription Cream. Here's the truth dermatologists know, but the beauty industry doesn't want you to hear. The single most effective anti-aging ingredient isn't in an expensive jar at the department store. It's a prescription cream that's been around for 50 years, costs $20 to $50 with insurance, and has more clinical evidence than every luxury serum combined. It's called tretinoin, and it's the gold standard. Tretinoin is available in concentrations ranging from 0.025 to 0.1%, and it's significantly more potent than any over-the-counter retinol. The research spans half a century and includes thousands of peer-reviewed studies demonstrating that consistent use reduces wrinkles, builds collagen, evens tone, and improves texture. Yes, it requires a dermatologist's prescription, but that's actually a benefit. Your doctor will prescribe the appropriate strength for your specific skin. There is an adjustment period. Your skin may experience some irritation initially, which is why you start slowly, perhaps twice weekly, building tolerance over months. But that temporary discomfort is the price of genuine cellular transformation. Every dermatologist's own anti-aging secret sits in a simple tube, accessible and affordable. The answer was never hidden in luxury jars or celebrity endorsements. It's been sitting in dermatology offices for 50 years, waiting for you to ask for it. If this video saved you from wasting hundreds of dollars on products that don't work, or helped you discover the affordable alternatives that actually do, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe to this channel. Every week, I break down the science behind beauty and wellness claims so you can make informed decisions about your skin, your health, and your money. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.